Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck, aka the Stop Drinking Expert, with another savage haircut. Look, my wife is away this week. She comes back tonight. She's not going to be happy. She hates when I do this, but I hate going to get my hair cut. So it's a compromise. And I do end up doing this a couple of times a year, and it's now happened. So there we go. Right, listen. We're going to talk about, I got an email from Philip. Philip said he'd come across this YouTube channel about a lady who claimed that she could teach you how to become an alcohol minimalist. All right, which is a phrase I've never heard before, but apparently this lady claims that she can teach you how to moderate your drinking, how to reduce the amount you drink, and to go back to being a social drinker. And he wanted my thoughts on this. So let's talk about it. We're going to have a look at the website, and look, it's not a critique of the website. It's not a critique of the program. I'm just going to talk about the bullet points and whether I think it's possible. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Discover the world's most successful and respected online quit drinking program today.
I'd say really consider this because it's different. It's different to anything you can find out there.
Are you finally ready to take action? Your sober journey begins 11 a.m. Sunday. Reserve your space at my next free quit drinking webinar.
Okie doke. So I put in alcohol minimalist into Google. It only came up with a couple of search queries. So I'm thinking this is what it is. So like I said, this is not a review of this woman. I have no idea if she's a genius or an idiot or something in between. I've never heard of her before. I've never read anything she's written. I have no idea how her system works. And so I can't endorse or criticize it too heavily. All I'm going to do here is talk about the theory of what these bullet points suggest is possible. And I'm going to give you my insight of the last 14 years helping people with alcohol problems. So what exactly is an alcohol minimalist? An alcohol minimalist prioritizes alcohol-free days to create a peaceful relationship with alcohol. An alcohol minimalist includes alcohol in their life in a way that minimizes health risks by evaluating science. An alcohol minimalist is mindful about drinking and intentional about their alcohol consumption. An alcohol minimalist does not need alcohol to fit in, chill out, or have fun. They do not use alcohol to numb negative emotions. They manage their minds by choosing their thoughts. Oh, God. An alcohol minimalist does not waste time worrying about their drinking, and they have more time and energy to devote to living their best life. I don't know where to start. All right, look. What do I always say? If you want to know if what you're saying makes sense, because we all say things to ourselves to justify our behaviors, especially around alcohol. For me, I used to say things like, well, I can't be an alcoholic because I never want to drink first thing in the morning. I can't be an alcoholic because I'm actually a connoisseur of wine. I have a cellar. I have tasting notes. I'm an expert in wine. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a seasoned connoisseur. All this nonsense. Right? And if you just change the drug that you're talking about, you can instantly know if what you're saying is true or bullshit. Let's try it on what I've just said to you. I can't have a problem with heroin because you never want to use it first thing in the morning. Does that sound good? No. I'm not a druggie. I'm an expert in heroin. I'm a connoisseur of heroin. I can tell the good stuff from the bad stuff. Doesn't work, does it? So let's apply this test to the statements on this website. A heroin minimalist prioritizes heroin-free days to create a peaceful relationship with heroin. It doesn't work. Yeah. Because look, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is genuine or if this is just trying to appeal to, just trying to give people what they desperately want. Of course, people want to be able to carry on drinking and to be able to control it, to be able to take it or leave it. But as I've said many times before, tough shit, that option has gone for you. And this is disingenuous to suggest that it can come back. Once you cross that event horizon and you become a problem drinker, those days are gone. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you will have peace and sobriety and happiness in your life. The longer you resist this notion that you can no longer drink like you used to, like a social person, like someone who isn't addicted, it drives me crazy. Look, it's always the toughest sell for a website to say, buy my program and it'll make you quit drinking. It's a tough sell because more than 50% of people who arrive at the website don't want to quit drinking. They're not there. They're not at that point. They want to cut down. They want to moderate. So they don't really want to pull the trigger on something that they currently perceive as being difficult, as being a negative, as being a loss of something. Most problem drinkers in the early stages of their awakening still believe that if you took alcohol off them, their life would be less. They would lose something. And I felt that as well. When I was drinking, I would think, yeah, I want to stop drinking, but how can I live the rest of my life without alcohol? That sounds horrible. That sounds awful. So, can you be an alcohol minimalist? I don't know, but it doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't sound logical. Doesn't sound common sense. And bearing in mind, I spent 5 years trying to be an alcohol minimalist. I spent 5 years trying to moderate my drinking. And I have never been out-stupided in the attempts of that. Nobody has ever emailed me and has tried something more stupid than I tried. I did everything. I bought every gimmick going. I did hypnotherapy. I did herbal tablets. I did ancient Asian medicine. I did, I locked my alcohol in a time-delayed safe that cost me £1,000. I locked my alcohol in a cabinet and gave the key to my wife. I said, I'm only going to drink on social occasions. I'm only going to drink on special occasions. I'm only going to drink on the weekend, not on the weekday. I'm going to have a glass of water for every... I tried everything. Nothing worked because trying to moderate a drug that has the power to alter your perceptions of reality is a battle you can't win. And it's all very good, to state the dreams and hopes of drinkers. It's all, I'm not trying to be nasty or, criticize too much, but yes, all problem drinkers would love to be able to prioritize alcohol-free days and to create a peaceful, wonderful, loving relationship with alcohol. They would all love that. Wouldn't we all love that? But it's not possible. It's not possible. And you're just going to waste a lot of time, effort, and do infinite amounts of damage to your relationships, your finances, your career, your family, to everything, while you wrestle with the beast that has the power to control your perception of reality. That's why alcohol is so devious. That's why you have to stop completely, because it's the only drug that you can buy in a supermarket that has the power to change your thoughts, to change your consciousness. Right? Think about it. It doesn't matter how honest you are when you say, I'm just going to have one drink. It doesn't matter how committed to that you are. As soon as you drink that alcohol, the first thing it does is interfere with your brain so that you can no longer make sound and sensible decisions. So now, whether you have a Another drink or not is no longer your choice. That's not your decision to make. The evil clown that lives in your head is going to make that decision. That doesn't happen with any other drug that you can buy in the Western world, in shops and things like that. You can say to yourself, I'll just have one cigarette. You don't immediately finish that cigarette and then instantly have another one. All right. You might eventually end up having another one because as the nicotine leaves your system, you get a sensation of withdrawal and you want to replace that nicotine that's missing in your brain. But it's not because your perception of smoking has changed. It's not because your perception of reality has changed and you can no longer remember that you just made a commitment to yourself to only have one cigarette. It's different. Alcohol is devious. It's evil. It knows how to play you. So any commitment, any goal you have of drinking in moderation is like arm wrestling a 300-pound gorilla. You might intend to beat it. It doesn't matter. You're not fighting an even fight here. You're fighting a chemical in your brain. It would be like me sending you into a 3-hour-long Marvel movie. Well, Marvel movies are so dull. I just don't get it. And they're always like 3 hours, 4 hours long. It would be like me sending you into a Marvel movie and saying, right, what you've got to do is you've got to sit quietly and watch the movie without moving, without losing concentration. Just watch the movie. But then before you go in, I inject you with adrenaline and caffeine. There's no way you're sitting still, no matter how much you want to. Your heart's going to be racing. You're going to be having low concentration. You're going to be fidgety. You're going to be wanting to get up and move about. You can't beat chemical warfare going on in your own head. That is alcohol. That's why it's so dangerous. That's why you need to quit completely. All right. So thank you, Philip, for pointing that out to me. I'm not impressed. I have no idea how it works. But look, I've been doing this a long time, 14 years. And as far as I know, nobody has ever managed to reestablish moderate drinking after going through the process. It's binary. You drink or you don't drink. All right. You either stop now or you stop later. But at some point you're stopping because life's going to make that decision for you if you don't make it. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here. If you have a question, email it to me via the website, stopdrinkingexpert.com.
Worried about your drinking? Reserve your place on today's free Quit Drinking webinar and get a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a gift just for turning up. www.stopdrinkingexpert.com.